Jennifer Carroll Foy, a woman who has risen from one of the first female graduates of Virginia Military Institute to a public defender to the representative of Virginia's second House of Delegates. So thank you so much for joining us, Delegate Foy.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
So, Ms. Delegate Foy, who is your biggest female role model?
My biggest female role model would have to be my grandmother, Mary Lee Carroll. She was one of the most regal, stoic women I have ever met in my life. She was a staunch Christian. She had me in church 3 days, and she always mentored me and was feeding to me things that have proven to be so helpful even to today. So navigating stressful situations, always being professional and courteous. And then she instilled in me that that the price I paid for my time here on earth is basically my service to other people. And so ever since I was young, we always had people living in our home, whether it's people from the community, from the church, who fell in hard times. And so she lived what she preached. And so I was lucky enough to observe and to watch her in action. And I'm still to this day in awe of her and everything that she did and how she dedicated her life to other people and to service.
I love that. That's so inspiring. I would definitely say my grandmother as well was very impactful for my life. So to our next question, what has it been like for you to serve our state and to be able to make sure that equality speaks true to all citizens?
So I think equality is paramount. People always want to feel that they're being treated fairly, and people want to feel heard. And in order for us to continue to progress as a Commonwealth, we have to celebrate our diversity. And we have to win at inclusion, because we can't say that we're open for business, but we close our doors to diversity. So one of the things that's most important to me is to make Virginia as welcoming as possible. So helping to champion bills that made us the first Southern state to have LGBTQ protections in employment and accommodations, passing bills to ensure that our dreamers can have in-state tuition, and that undocumented immigrants can get driver's licenses so they can go to church and go to school and go to a job. So all of these things are important because there are so many vulnerable Virginians, and it's our job to protect the most marginalized among us. And we do that by ensuring that Virginia is a safe and fair place, and our laws are all about uplifting communities and improving people's quality of life. And so you do that by ensuring that we celebrate diversity, and that's something that's really important.
Thank you. That's such a wonderful message. I know that I was also the leader of the Gender and Sexuality Alliance at my school, and we had went to several conferences to make sure that policies such as yours and the ways that you are trying to implement them are definitely impactful to our community. And speaking of challenges, what has been your biggest challenge as a politician so far?
Politics have been one of my biggest challenges as a politician. I'm in this because I want to do the greatest good for the most amount of people. And so what comes along with being a politician is a lot of times there's politics. Sometimes, the things that you see on TV and you watch are sometimes true. Sometimes there's people who aren't in this for the right reasons, and they're willing to put corporate interests above the people's interests, and willing to sell out communities, and don't believe in fairness, equality, and justice. And so my job is to combat that and to be principled in the way that I lead, fighting for the Equal Rights Amendment so women's equality can be enshrined in the Constitution, fighting for good, safe education so every child can get the public school education that they deserve and that they need. And so I think politics and navigating that has been one of the biggest challenges, because when you're in it for the right reasons, you just really want to pass policies in a way that it's going to uplift as many communities as possible. But sometimes politics get in the way. You think that you come down to Richmond, and if you just have a bill that'll change everything for the better, it'll pass. And that's not true. It has a lot to do with respect and relationships. And so winning at those two things and avoiding some of the pitfalls of politics, I have to say that's a challenge. But it's like a muscle. You work it well enough and you'll get stronger and you'll figure things out and be able to maneuver successfully.
That is very, very empowering. Because I just know politics can be very frustrating and very hard to deal with just with different perspectives, but that was such a wonderful answer. And if you could share a few words of advice to women of color who dream of being a delegate or possibly a future governor one day, what would you say to them?
I would say just do it, go for it, right? Whatever your passion is, focus on that. No one can be a better version of you. And so, whether it is helping our environment or volunteering at the Boys and Girls Club and mentorship, or, no matter what it is, do it and do it well. And I think that is my message. One of my goals is to see more women run everywhere, and especially women of color, right? Now is our time. Now is our time to have a seat at the table where the decisions are being made to impact communities that have been ignored, neglected, and left behind. That's how we will really rise. And so making sure that women feel empowered, know that we will not apologize for our ambition, and that you can do all things. And that's the essence of being, here now at this time. That as a woman, you can do all things. As a person of color, you can do all things. As a Virginian, as an American, I mean, it's so many things that come with that. And just own your space, and never let anyone minimize you. And if you want to do something, go for it and give it all that you have. And I just encourage as many people to run for office as they possibly can. And we need that talent. We need people who have good visions for Virginia to put that forth, and then to work hard to improve their communities. So that's what I would encourage women everywhere to do, and people everywhere to do.
Um,
Thank you so much. Your words are so sincere. And I feel like you're definitely the type of person that we all need to see as a role model and honestly as governor. So, what is your platform that you will be running for governor with?
Mhm. My platform is the fact that I'm running for governor because I truly understand the challenges that Virginia families face, and I'm willing to bring a clear vision and fresh ideas on exactly how to move Virginia forward. When I travel the Commonwealth, there's just too many communities that's been ignored, neglected, and left behind. We still have people working 40 hours a week, bringing home $14,000 a year, and that's absurd. We still don't have all the things that we need to end urban gun violence. We haven't done enough in order to ensure that people have equal access to healthcare and education. And so I'm running to ensure that all Virginians have an opportunity to thrive and that no one is left behind. And I'll do that by bringing diverse, high paying jobs to every corner of the Commonwealth, ensuring that we fully fund education and give teachers the pay increase they deserve, and focusing on infrastructure, especially broadband, by ending the digital divide that we have here in Virginia. So that's what I've been busy doing, and I will continue to do the work as the next governor of Virginia.
that was amazing. That's literally everything that I stand for in terms of what we really need to fix in our state. So that is just awesome. So we want to just turn this over real quick before you go, do some fun rapid fire questions just to get to know you a little bit more, and then we'll be finished.
Sounds good.
Okay. What's your favorite season?
Season?
Yes.
Okay, it has to be winter because I love Christmas.
Yes.
Same.
Same. Who is your favorite artist?
Ooh, it would have to be between uh, Chet Baker or Jill Scott.
Oh, I love Joe Scott.
A must. What's your favorite song?
Ooh, my favorite song would have to be that's a hard one. Um, I'd probably say anything by Al Green. I love Al Green. So yeah, anything by Al Green.
Interesting. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Oh, Maldives.
Okay. If you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Probably sushi.
Interesting. What's your favorite book?
Ooh, oh, that's a really good question. My favorite book, um, ooh, I think is it My Bluest Eye? My Bluest Eyes, I think, by, is it Toni Morrison? I believe that's what it was. It's been so long since I read it. It's been so long since I've been able to read for enjoyment.
I don't understand that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have to say that. That would probably be my favorite book.
Awesome. Jamie.
Cake or pie?
Cake,
Vanilla or chocolate?
chocolate.
Hot or cold?
Cold.
And I think we already know this answer, but Christmas or Thanksgiving?
Ooh. Christmas followed really close by Thanksgiving.
That's exactly how I am. I love both of them so much. But that's all we have. So thank you so much for taking your time out of your day to talk with us today and being our first Woman of the Month for Her Speak magazine.
Oh, thank you. This is really fun. I really appreciate it. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for thinking of me. This is great.
Yes, definitely. We shall see you soon.
All right. See you
All
soon.
right. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.